Good morning. This is the Blaine's World Podcast, where conversations are worth hearing and seeing. You can watch each week on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You can also listen in on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And for more information about past shows, future shows, this show as well, you can look at our website, which is behind me, blainesworld.net. I'm your host, Wayne Greenfield, and here coming to you in my Zoom studio in lovely downtown Fairview, North Carolina. Each week we focus on positive news and uplifting stories about people and organizations in both Western North Carolina and throughout the country. And toward that end, it's my pleasure to introduce Jessica Vasquez, owner of Elite Clean. Is that it?
Elite Clean.
Elite, for some reason I'm blocking on that. Owner of Elite Clean, eco-friendly cleaning service, being my guest today. And Jessica, you feel free to wave to all your friends who are watching this. Give them a big
Hi,
wave.
audience.
Okay, that's it. Jessica Vasquez is a business entrepreneur, owner of this business right here in the area, West North Carolina. When she's not working, you'll find her enjoying quality time with her daughter. They essentially, especially love being outdoors in nature. I should also mention I'm prejudiced a little bit about this show because Jessica is also a good friend of mine and also the absolute best at what she does. And so I have to thank
Thank
you
you.
for the fact that we've been, I guess, a client of yours. How long?
Since summer of 2019.
Oh, really? Is it that long? Who would
hmm
have thunk 19? So that's incredible. And we appreciate all that you've done for us. And so, Jessica, the question I always ask people the first time I speak to them on air is, as a kid, you grew up where?
In South Florida, specifically Palm Beach County.
Okay. And as a kid growing up, did you always know you wanted to be an entrepreneur, starting and running your own business?
I actually kind of was leaning more to wanting to be a vet. I'm a huge animal lover, but never went down that route. And when I was 19, I got an offer to do some cleaning for a cleaning company on the island of Palm Beach for construction cleaning. And that's how I pretty much got my foot in the door. And I never looked back after that.
Okay. And so it was just a couple of years ago when you were 19. Is that correct? Just,
Yeah.
just,
Sure.
well, and we'll talk about, well, since you mentioned it, let's talk about the fact that you're an animal lover. That's one of the reasons we value you so much because you don't seem to mind having animals in homes you clean. And is that a common occurrence that when you clean homes, a lot of them have animals?
I want to say maybe about 70% of my clientele are pet owners. Yeah. And I adore every single one of them.
And it's funny you said that because I read that somewhere that, yeah, about 70% of the people own pets. I never realized it was that high. But
Yeah.
one of the things we love about you too is the fact not only do you like pets, but it's really fun to watch you with our pets because, rather than bothering you and disturbing you, you seem to have a good time with them. It's,
Yeah. Yeah, they
do
they um they join me in on the cleaning, should you say? Yeah.
you ever have any problems with pets?
No, not really. If anything, sometimes it could be a little bothersome when I'm like mopping and the pets will come out and walk on the wet floor when they need to dry, but that's probably the only thing. If I had to have a complaint, that would be it. But I don't mind it. It's the owners who want their floors dried with no paw prints. So to me,
Well,
that's little love marks.
Well, since you mentioned that, I have some bad news for you, though, in that you may have lost part of your job with us because I want to run it this week in my blog. But Bodie has already suddenly become a vacuum cleaner. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but
Yeah,
Cynthia puts food on the ground and he really gobbles it up crazy. So
licks it clean.
yeah, so we may not need the kitchen floor clean, but do a lot of pets do that?
Not all of them, but there's a good handful of them that do that. Yeah,
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 I've never seen it so quickly. What about
especially the dogs.
okay? What about that though? In terms of the cleaning, is that a big part of what you do, having to clean up after dogs, or not you do the cleanup, but the odors and the smells, is that a problem?
So a lot of my products, I am a big fan of essential oils. There's a lot of benefits with those and they smell lovely. So because a lot of my products have essential oils in it, it eliminates the odor from pets. And a lot of my equipment are also like HEPA vac, like my vacuum is a HEPA vac, so it helps with pets and the odor of pets, as well as collecting all the fur that is left behind. So it's not really a problem, though, not at
So,
all.
so a lot of people come when you do the cleaning. That's part of the process. You have to clean up, make it smell better, or make it seem
Make
better.
it smell better, yeah. And it's not like something that is expected. It's something that I just enjoy doing. I don't have to clean up after pets, but like if I see like the area of the bowls, like on the floor, if it's dirty, their little mats underneath the bowls are dirty, I'll tend to pick it up and clean it. Things like that. It's not something that people expect of me. I just willingly do it.
Let me ask you this, Jessica, in terms of a problem we had in another house and another wife at that time, but we had a cat, and we didn't realize the cat found a place in the house do do its thing.
Yeah.
And can you deal with that when somebody's had where a cat's been finding a spot for months? Do you ever find that, or especially come into a new house for the first time? Is
It's
that
funny you mentioned that because that was an incident today at a job I did earlier. So a client's cat, who I adore, he's 19 years old. He's a
wow?
very old cat. So he can't control his bladder like he used to. And once he woke up, he went pee pee on their wooden floor in the corner of the bedroom. And he has like this spot downstairs in a corner by their rug that he likes to go poo poo sometimes. But I don't have to pick it up. It's not like they expect me to. It's just something that I do. Like I say, I love animals. This baby is 19 years old, and so yeah, he has a little problem as far as controlling his movements. But I do clean up after animals, for example, like that. Yes.
But talk about though, in the case of what you just mentioned, if somebody had that for months, if not years, and they never knew about it, like so that was I remember.
Oh, I will let the client know immediately once I see something like that. I always will I will let the client know. I'll let them know that their pet has done this, and so I never not clean something and not let the owner know that their pet has made an
Sure.
accident in the home.
Can you help the owner get rid of the odor though? Is that possible if it's been there for months, if not years?
Not all the time, but most of the time, yeah, depending. Now, it's really hard sometimes, like specifically with a cat, they have like a certain odor.
Right.
So sometimes if it's been really like deep down into like a carpet in a corner that ends up getting
Right.
under in behind a baseboard, then I could only do so much. I could try my best, but there's sometimes where you'll need more attention from another company, whether it's a carpet cleaning company that may have to just pull that rug out, or somebody like who does like woodwork who might have to pull that baseboard out and clean it and use like cleaning products to kind of take it away, and then have like a fan sitting in it and drying it to completely get the odor out, things like that. So it just depends, but most of the time I can, but not all the time.
One of the things that impressed me so much about you is in terms of the fact that cleaning products, that you actually, in addition to cleaning homes and businesses, you also make up your own cleaning products.
I do, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Yes.
How'd you get into that?
Um, Honestly, it started when I moved to Asheville from Florida, and Asheville's just such a eco-friendly community, and I started learning a lot about eco-friendly products, and I was like, "Oh wow." And when I did construction cleaning in Florida, I was surrounded by a lot of chemicals that were not good for you, not good, just not good to breathe in, messes with your respiratory system, messes with your skin. And so when I was learning a lot about the eco-friendly products here in this community, I wanted to know more, and I started using them. I started liking them. And then I just started watching YouTube videos and things of these products and how to make them, and then started doing it on my own. It
So what,
saved a lot more money than having to buy the products.
I would say so. It's a pleasure having you get them for us. But what makes a product eco-friendly?
No chemicals. So, like I say, you use vinegar and water and essential oils and, biodegradable soaps like Dr. Bronner soaps, things like that, suds. Those are all chemical free. They're sustainable, so they're not harsh on your respiratory system, whether it's for a human or your pets. It's not harsh at all for you to breathe all that in, or doesn't harm the skin or anything like that.
And the effectiveness of it, how effective is it?
Pretty effective. Pretty effective for the most part, and they work great. Not only do they eliminate whatever it is you're trying to get rid of, like say for instance, if you're cleaning a kitchen usually if you're a cooker, you tend to have grease, on your counters and stoves and things like that. There's certain essential oils that you could put in your products that really eliminate and lift up the grease, like grapefruit is a really good one, lemon, lime, sweet orange. All of those are really great oils to use to cut out the grease, which are I use a lot when it comes to like all-purpose cleaners for the kitchen and things like that. So they are beneficial and they smell amazing. So who doesn't like the smell of a fresh like sliced squeezed orange, and so yeah.
You mentioned something also interesting in terms of how you got smarter about this. And one of the ways is you went to YouTube and you learned a lot of what you learned from YouTube.
Yes, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's all there.
Yeah, YouTube is a great platform to learn a lot of things. Yeah, you just go to YouTube and try to find videos of like homemade products, and that's where I kind of started, and I just kind of got hooked. I was fascinated, and I was like, this is really awesome, and I just got really deep into it and did my homework and my research, and before you knew it, I was making my own products. And all the products that I use in the homes I clean, I personally use in my house, and they work great. They really do.
And that's kind of cool that you do that. That's
Yeah.
kind of a good thing to do. Now, I imagine too, I asked you before we started the taping that people have, I guess, their choice. You can either use your stuff or you can use their stuff if they want.
Yeah.
But I would think it's their advantage to have use your stuff because you know it and you know it works,
Yeah.
as opposed to their stuff, you don't know it works or not as effective. Um,
Yeah, well, it just depends. So some clients I really try not to use like bleach or Clorox or things like that. That's really not good for the respiratory system. But there are some clients who want that in their showers or their toilets, or certain floors in the house where they feel like it will just make it much more cleaner. So if they request those kind of products, I will certainly use it for them, but they have to provide those, as I don't carry chemicals.
and the other advantage to having you provide the stuff is that again, you've used it on your own home, and you know it
Mhm.
works as opposed to
Yeah.
using their stuff. You
Yes.
don't know as well. Let me ask you this question, Jessica, and you can use yourself as an example. But if somebody's interested in hiring, could be you, but it could be somebody else out there. What are things you should look for when you're choosing somebody to clean your home?
I always recommend a walkthrough. I never agree to clean a job, a home, a office, business, whatever it is, without doing a thorough walkthrough. It makes things much easier for the both sides. That way you are being communicative. You know exactly what the client wants, what the client is expecting. And then as far as the person hiring the cleaning company or person, they should lay out what they offer. So is it a basic cleaning? Is it a deep cleaning? Certain questions you should ask, and if they answer it the right way, you know if that person is good, if they will be a good fit, such
Yeah,
as like highs and
I was,
lows,
I was going to ask you, what, I'm sorry, such as what?
highs and lows, and things like that.
Okay. Do you ever, when you do the walkthrough on your end, do you ever decide that you don't want to clean somebody's home? Does that ever happen?
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Just because I can only take so much with a job as far as like hours, and if it's something that's going to take a very long time to crush out and finish and accomplish, and I don't have the help, then sometimes I will have to turn down a job. There's been a few jobs where I'm really great at organization, and organizing things like that. But if it's, let's say, somewhat a hoarder house, and I don't have a crew with me to complete that task and get it done, then I would have to turn it down because sometimes I am a one woman crew. And so there has been times where there's a job I would walk and it would easily take days to finish, and I just don't have the time or, the worksman to help.
Have you cleaned any homes that people were hoarders at, or
I have.
yeah?
I most definitely have.
The question is, after you've done that, have you ever helped them stop being a hoarder, or once a hoarder, you're always going to be a hoarder?
Um, Hoarders usually tend to always be a hoarder. It's hard for them to let go, but there has been some people that I have helped clear rooms out and help them organize and put things in place and continue to come back to keep it maintained, if that makes sense. And then there's some jobs where I've just done one big cleaning and then never went back.
Well, I guess people, and I guess you do that as well. Do you sometimes have a job where you only come in to do a one-time cleaning, or I guess if somebody's selling, do you do this in terms of selling their home? Does
Yeah.
that ever happen? They just want it ready for sale.
Absolutely. I've done homes where I've actually done like cleanings to kind of get the home ready for open house, and I would actually bring flowers and set up
All right,
flowers and
cool.
make it look really, really pretty, and make sure certain windows are open so certain light comes and hits certain rooms, and I have done that, yes.
What's the toughest thing for you to clean?
Probably floors, just because it takes a lot of work, depending on the floors, but mopping is probably one of the hardest things to do. Especially if it's like a lot of floors, it could put a toll on your back, especially if you're having to scrub, for example, a house full of dogs who drool a lot and leave drool marks and spots all over their floor. That could be pretty challenging.
Well, I guess one of the advantages of doing what you do is you don't theoretically have to join a gym because you get enough of a workout
Oh, I
per
get
day.
I get plenty of a workout on a daily.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
in terms of so you mentioned floors are tough. Uh, toughest job you've ever had, and some aside from the floor, like did you ever have a job that just like you couldn't believe that you got into it once you got into it? Do you have a toughest job you've ever had?
Um,
Aside from our house.
Probably a move out clean. Move out cleans can be very tough depending on how the tenant or homeowner left the house before going in and cleaning it. Where some areas, like let's say kitchen hasn't been cleaned in a long time, and ovens and stoves can take hours depending on how bad they are. That could be really tough. Yeah.
How about the reverse of it? You also do some, it's kind of a fun thing at times, a move-in cleaning, that they come in for the first time and they
Yeah.
hire you. Because I guess it's a common courtesy thing that people should leave their house in good condition, but it's not
Yeah.
always the case. Is that correct?
That's not always the case. Yeah.
So probably must be upsetting for somebody to come in a house and it's not ready to live in almost. So then they have to contact you or find you.
Yep. Yep. Moving cleans. And with moving cleans, it's pretty much from high to low. You get all the ceiling fans, you start working at all the doors, all the trimming on the doors, all the window casings, window seals. You do wash walls if you have to. You wash inside all the cabinets in the kitchens and the bathrooms. You wash the stove and the oven. You clear out and clean out the refrigerator and make that look nice, and tweak up the floors. And if there's any outdoor patios or things like that, that gets cleaned up. And yeah.
And I want to give you a compliment, but one of the things we love about you is the fact that you're open to doing other kinds of things, and obviously we pay you for it. But I guess, which is kind of nice, if somebody asks you to clean something, you'll usually be able to help them out if they want,
Yeah.
if they're willing to pay for it. But we really appreciate that because yeah, we've asked you to clean the garage or whatever we've asked you to clean, and
Yeah.
you'll do that. The talk about then the process is so walk through. So if someone contacts you, they call you and you come visit them the first time.
Yep, I do a walkthrough. I do not charge for a walkthrough. It's just in my eyes, it's something that makes it easier for me because I am prepared and I know what I'm getting myself into for the cleaning itself. So I already have an idea. I know what the home looks like or the business looks like. I know what the owner or the client is expecting out of me. So we're kind of on the same page. And then I go in and do what I need to do. So like I say, I always schedule a walkthrough because it makes it easier for me for when I actually have the job scheduled. I'm not blindsided. I'm not, no surprises. And I'm already aware of what my day will be like. And I personally like it like that.
Now, let me ask you this in terms of not putting on the spot to give me an exact answer, but I guess two questions. Number one, so how long does it take you, ballpark, to clean a house? And I know it depends on size, but is there a formula like per room or if they have a upstairs and downstairs? How long does it typically take you to do a cleaning job?
It really that just really depends. All kinds of different times. It just depends on the square footage of the house. It depends on how many bathrooms, as bathrooms take longer than it does for dusting bedrooms. How big is their kitchen? How many appliances need to be cleaned and shined up? Do they have pets in the home, which always gives it more time to clean because there's now fur you have to clean up after pets. And so it really just varies. It just depends on the job, but more so I can say is a typical time frame to get a good, just decent, normal sized house done. Let's say like it's a 3-2, I say about 3 hours. 3 hours is like the most of the time that I usually with houses. And then if it's 2 stories, if they have multiple bathrooms, it could get up to 5 hours. It just depends. Now, if there's beds being made, trash being taken out, laundry getting done, then that accumulates more time. It makes the job longer. So it really just depends.
Well, again, and a compliment to you, that's one of the things we appreciate the fact about you that you're open to doing other kinds of things if we ask, and we come to agreement on a price. But yeah, some places won't do, like I said, the beds, or they won't, make the beds, and we really appreciate the fact that you do. And
Hmm.
something I always kid, and I just told you this the other day, that we had to fold sheets the other day, and they didn't look like the way you fold sheets, you know. But
Yeah.
that's cool. You just kind of, as a kid, were you always good at that, or you just picked it up as you went along?
I've been doing it for so long that I just I'm a pro at it. It's just a specially fitted sheets. I mean, I don't think a lot of people know how to do that. It's not it's just once you do something for so long it becomes pretty easy to where you're almost near perfect at it. So I've just been doing it a long time.
Well, you say that, but for you to do it, but for us to do it, it takes. We can't do. It's just you're the best. And just.
Thank
But
you.
people see it, even if they think they like it or do it well. To have a pro, it's just a pleasure to have you come to the house and just I can't say enough good about you. Is there a favorite thing about your job that you do?
Um I
Besides,
love the homes with pets.
as I say, I mean, we love it. I don't mean our pets to bother you, but yeah, we just love it. The other day, because it takes away from you. And all of a sudden, you're holding Kismet, just like a great picture of you, and just seeing you were having like such a good time, do it. But it's a nice thing to do, they love you and you seem to love them. And that's
Yes.
part, but you do that you didn't charge us extra for that, right? You didn't charge.
No, I give free love out.
No, but we love it and totally love it. And you also take the best pictures, so you'll have you take pictures with the pets as such as well. Where do you see this going, Jen? So Jessica, you've been doing this how long?
Since I was 19, so
4 years ago, right?
it's 18 years. It's been about 18 years now.
Wow. Who do you see yourself doing this in the future, or where do you see this going?
For a while, yeah. Not sure if this is going to be like a forever thing. Cleaning does put a toll on the body.
Right.
It's definitely labor. Um, I'm not sure. I don't see myself letting it go anytime soon, but I don't see myself retiring from this. I'm pretty sure in the long run I may change things up, but
Or,
yeah,
or the cool thing, what you do is you could at least keep the fluid, the stuff you make. That could be
yeah,
part of the business. They keep hopefully indefinitely as well.
yeah.
So people buy this stuff even not just for cleaning the house, but they buy it for when you're not around as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's not just cleaning products. I make a lot of body products. I make a lot of soaps. I make lotions. I make body scrubs and all kinds of things. So it's just a fun thing to do. And a lot of my clients fall in love with my cleaning products. And when I mention other products that I make, they also try them out and they love them. They purchase them. So that's another really cool thing that I'm able to offer.
Yeah, the only bad thing, I think I've asked you this before, but you're not offering anything for hair restoration at this point in time. If I could put on my head and get a full head of hair, you're not doing that yet?
No.
Okay. Well, when you do that, then you got another customer as well.
Castor oil's good just to throw it out there though.
Is it?
Castor oil, yeah.
How so?
It's just good as far as strengthening the hair cuticles, and just strengthening it, tightening it up, making it more fuller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the problem is I don't have enough hair to put it into. So if somebody's interested in finding out more about you, you mentioned again, I think off the air. So you have a website and you have an Instagram page, or what do you have?
I do. So you can check me out at elitecleanliving.com. It's my website. It explains things that I offer, gives a little bit of reviews from clientele, a little bit about myself. You could see some photos of some work I've done, whether it's a residential cleaning or post construction cleaning. And then I also have a Facebook page. You could go to facebook.com/elite clean living, and as well as the Instagram page, Instagram with under Elite Clean Living.
Okay, and so if you want to find that Jessica, you'll find her somewhere. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
great. Well, anyway, I'd like to thank you for being my guest on this edition of the Blaine's World podcast. And for the first time, you were great, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, and I said hopefully we'll see you in the not too distant future. Let me also thank my producer, Cappy Tassetti, and we'll talk, Jessica. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.